Hello, welcome to another video. Salut tout le monde. As we unravel what is going on in my beloved country, Cameroon. Today we have a lot of updates and we're going to be breaking that point after point so that you can be aware of what is going on in my country. So I'm going to take my phone up for the update and we're going to start with Samuel Eto'o. And I'm going to put it up on my screen right now. You see it? Samuel Eto'o is the only candidate retained by the Electoral Commission of FECAFOOT for the post of president of FECAFOOT, Cameroon, land of possibilities. Wow. This is crazy. You know, we're fighting the regime with this kind of Paul Biya style of ruling Cameroon. Samuel Eto'o have decided to go through the same landscape. He's a strong militant of the CPDM. And this is the kind of thing that we are fighting against. How can you tell me that on a whole nation of about 30 million people, nobody is qualified enough, to vie for the position of the president of FECAFOOT? Look at the Cameroon national team right now. They are a total mess. I'm not saying that every problem in the national team or in the federation is Eto'o's fault, but he has a big role to play in the problems that we are facing as a nation. He has a problem. But at the same time, there are a lot of people who always criticize Samuel Eto'o, talking about how bad and corrupt he is. But at the same time, you have to understand that he has made some great improvement in the country's football atmosphere. For example, players' bonuses. Back in the day, that used to be a big problem. But now that has, subsided. We have not been hearing about that for a while. And if that is not the case, please drop it in the comment section and tell me so that I know. Let me not say this why it is the reverse. I'm talking in regards to the national team. But if you look at the national team, it's a whole mess. And you see there's a power struggle between FECAFOOT and the Ministry of Sports and Physical Education. The current coach, Mark Brice, was not hired by the FECAFOOT president. Was hired by the Ministry of Sport and the Minister of Sport. So now how are you going to fire someone who you did not hire? Cameroon is always like that. Always trouble, drama, left and right. And the coach is doing a very terrible job. Cameroon cannot even qualify for a World Cup. They're a total mess. No tactics, no strategy. They're just passing ball left, right, center. No tactics. Everything is a whole shamble right now. And I don't know why that Mark Brice is still the coach or the manager of the Cameroon national team, because he should be fired. But for the fact that Samuel Eto'o did not allow any other candidate to be eligible, to become president, a worthy challenger, this is a bad news coming out of FECAFOOT. And the reports coming out that the Minister of Sports is trying to suspend the election, the FECAFOOT election, which is coming up on the 29th of this month, November 2025. I don't know if that is going to happen, but he also urged the Minister of Territorial Administration at Paul Biya to join forces with him to stop the FECAFOOT election coming up on the 29th of November, if I'm not mistaken, 28th or 29th of November. But we don't like to see these things. This is why we're begging and fighting for our freedom and liberation. Because all this Paul Biya nonsense that's happening like this should end and cease from happening in our beloved country. It should end. So Samuel Eto'o, you guys got to do the needful and stop all the in our beloved country, because you can't tell me that it's only Eto'o that is qualified to go in for the presidential election in FECAFOOT. That is a sad reality. But let's go ahead with another update. This one is from Equinox. So it says Simon Serge on Equinox TV. We live in a country where the House of the People, the Parliament, has been renamed after a single individual, Paul Biya. Yet it seems to trouble no one, not even the CPD militant. Wow, I didn't even know about this thing. I did not know that the House of Assembly or the House of Parliament, the National Assembly, is being renamed after Paul Biya. What the hell is going on with that country? And what are all those parliamentarians doing? They are not serving the people. They are not serving the people. They're just serving themselves. And, Paul Biya makes sure that they are all comfortable. So they're going to do anything possible, to appease their master. How can you tell me that the House of the People now becomes the House of Paul Biya? This is insane. This should not be happening in our beloved country, but it's so sad to see that all these beggars called parliamentarians and senators, don't even act like people who have principle. They just do anything to appease their master. We, the Cameroonian people, reject this. It is not Paul Biya's house. How can you name the House of the People after Paul Biya? The name we don't want to hear. That's the name we don't want to hear no more. Because that name has been taking us backward and backward and backward all the time. We want to move forward as a nation. We don't want to be going backward. This has to end. But unfortunately, the House of Assembly is headed by a guy who doesn't even know what is going on. Kavaye Yege Jibril. He is clueless. Paul Biya, oh yeah. With that voice. Man, we really, really, really need to get all these guys out of office because they are, dragging our country to the mud. And this cannot continue to happen anymore. We frown at this and we reject Paul Biya's name as the name of the National Assembly. It is not his house. He's going to the grave. Let him go to the grave in peace and leave us alone. We don't want any madness. The Cameroonian people are tired of this oppression and suppression. So it's high time for Mr. Paul. Go in peace. Or the people will decide your fate. They already decided and formatted you out on October 12th, but you decided that you're going to stay and remain in power against the people's will. So you are at the mercy of the people right now. So whatever they do, you are in control of the circumstance. When they come for you, that's when you're going to understand. But at this time, it's a very sensitive period in our history. So we have to make sure that we are with the people. And another one is a disturbing news because you know what is going on in Cameroon now? They're trying to get rid of every opposition, activist. And let me read this update. Growing alarm as FSNC activists reported missing. Concern is mounting around the disappearance of Hafiz Alhaji Yaya, an FSNC militant who has not been seen since last night. Relatives say he vanished without a trace and feared he may have been abducted. A troubling pattern that has emerged in recent weeks targeting supporters of elected President Issa Chiroma. Hafiz pictured here at the center. Hafiz pictured here at the center has always been an active voice within the movement. His sudden silence has set off panic among friends, colleagues, and the broader political community. Local networks have mobilized and his family is pleading for any information that could help locate him. This is a crazy pattern going on in Cameroon now, where a lot of the people who support President Issa Chiroma Bakari are being abducted and taken away. We cannot run a country like this where anybody who oppose what this regime is doing is going to be abducted. And God knows where they're taking these people to. Are they even alive? Their families cannot even reach them. There's no legal bounds for arresting these people. Still yet, they're going to unlawfully arrest them. At the end of the day, they feel like they have all the power. But I tell you, this regime, all these guys, Paul Biya, Binvondo, Bartolomea, Atanganji Paul, Ferdinand Gongo, Shantabia, your time is near. The people will defend their victory. And you're going to be speechless when that happens. You guys have decided that you will frustrate and continue to frustrate every single Cameroonian. We reject you and we frown at every move you make at this point in time because you are not the legitimate president. Our president, Issa Chiroma Bakari, will be in office very soon. I know you guys want to claim victory now and say, oh, why is he silent? Don't worry. Don't worry. You don't have to be, talking all the time to make a smart move. You will see what is happening. So this is a picture of the Alaji who got abducted by the bad regime. This is sad that our beloved country is going through this series of, atrocities committed by Paul Biya and his, incompetent ministers. They claim that they know what they're doing. But the hands of our country is in a terrible position right now. And then another news, I want to show you guys a picture of a road that was constructed. You guys should look. Say work on the road project is perfectly been done. Current stretch of Binka Binshua. Look at the roads. Oh my goodness. See. Look at how the roads are. The road is not even paved properly. This is how Cameroon is. And the problem with this is in order for you to get a project, like a contractor to be awarded a project, you have to bribe, right? Let's say the project is going to cost about 30 million francs CFA. Well, I'll just put in a hypothetical number out there. Let's just assume the project is going to cost about 30 million francs CFA. In order for you to be awarded that project, let's say you put in a bribe for about 1.5 million, or let's just say 1 million. You put a bribe for 1 million francs CFA. How much is left? 29 million francs CFA. And then in order for you to get the contract fully, because you just put in the bribe to get the contract, now you have to go appease various departments that are in charge in awarding that contract. So you might give $1 million francs here, 1 million francs here, 1 million francs here. Let's just say by the time you're done, you've spent about 5 million francs. And how much is left? 25 million francs. Okay. You get the 25 million francs. You get awarded a contract, rather. You get awarded a contract. Now you're working on 25 million francs instead of the 30 million initial price. And then you take that 25 million francs now. And then in the region where you're going to, or the division, you have to settle some people. Whether the delegate, the DO, the SDO, they want their own cut. Or even the governors, they want your own cut. You give their cut. And then at the end of the day, that project for 30 million might end up turning a project of about 5 million. Because when you give them their cut, you're going to take your own cut. You take your cut, and then what is left, maybe 5 million francs, and they just go paint something like this. You just paint something like this and leave it. What a sad reality that we live in. Everywhere corruption. This is why the people in the regime will not want us to change, because they are already used to all this bad system of government. They know what they are benefiting. we tell you guys now, no, it will not continue like this. We have had it. We have really had it. And the next update is on this. It's a heartbreaking, update. So I'm going to put it up here. It says, a heartbreaking scene unfolded yesterday at Douala International Airport when a woman preparing to travel learned that the documents she had paid for were completely fake. Her long-awaited journey ended before it even began. Wow, what a sad story. What a sad story. What a sad story. Let's continue. According to her account, she entrusted her savings to a man posting as a travel facilitator. She sent him the full payment through Orange Money and was told to meet him directly at the airport to finalize her trip. Wow. But when she arrived, reality struck. The man had vanished. His phone switched off, leaving her abandoned with falsified papers. Visibly devastated, the woman said she had no idea. Wow. She had been scammed. Sadly, her story reflected a growing trend in Cameroon, where fake travel agents prey on hopes and desperation of people seeking opportunities abroad. This incident serves as an urgent reminder. Verify travel agency before paying. Avoid private agents operating without an office. Never send large sums through mobile money to an unknown individual. That's true. No dream should collapse this brutally. And the truth is, the country is so hard that everybody is trying to leave. Even when you go to churches, the prophecy that people want to hear is, I see you traveling. You're going to be, I see USA, I see somewhere in Canada, I see you in Europe. People are just claiming, amen. Why? Because the country is so bad. Nobody wants to stay. This is a picture of the lady. See how stranded she is. Frustrated. Because of this bad government, they've decided that they're going to frustrate every single Cameroonian. And all we think about is, let's just travel out to have fresh air, to breathe. Because the country has failed us very, very badly. This is crazy. And that's why I see when Francis Ngannou came out and was saying that Paul Biya has done enough, and people in the regime like Obama, Ernest Obama, Raul Christophe, and the other guy were attacking him, Bruno Bijan. They were attacking Francis Ngannou for voicing out that, oh no, Paul Biya has done enough. But people are like, oh, why will you say something like blah? They're attacking him. And I want to ask Bruno Bijan and those other guys, if Cameroon was in a better place, will Francis Ngannou risk his life to walk through the desert and the sea to go to Europe for a greener pasture? Will he do that? You guys claim that, oh, Paul Biya created him. Which Paul Biya? Someone who had to risk his life, walk through the desert and go through the high sea to go to Europe. So that way he can put food on the table of his family. Look at how this woman is stranded because of the failed system of government. The failed government that we have in Cameroon. Frustrated. Everyone is frustrated at the moment. See yet, you guys have not learned any lesson. Every time you spit on the people of Cameroon. This is sad. It's so sad. But unfortunately for these people, we vomited them out on October 12th. And we will defend our victory. I pity this woman. It's sad. You know, your savings, everything. You know, you're like, oh, I'm living this misery called a country. I'm living it to go find a better opportunity somewhere else. And people are feeding on the desperation of the people. All these fake agents who are lying to people, collecting their money because they know how bad the country is right now and how people are desperate to leave. We are going to come for you and we're going to expose you one after the other. We are going to expose you one after the other. We're coming. We're coming for you guys. All the fake agents collecting people's money and claiming to do things for them. We are coming for you. We're going to expose you one after the other. One after the other. Don't worry. We're coming for you. Because this is insane. You frustrate innocent Cameroonians and you don't even feel it. You're not different from Paul Biya. What makes you different from Paul Biya? Nothing. You're just the same as Paul Biya. This is crazy that our country has been subdued to this level, and people are not even seeing why we need to change, and we need to change very, very rapidly. Very, very rapidly. Everybody is waiting for our president to speak. It's a long-awaited and anticipated speech from Issa Chiroma Bakari. I know people's nerves are going up, but be patient. He will communicate with us very, very soon. Very, very soon. There are a lot of things going on behind the scenes. You guys are going to be informed on what is happening. But just be patient. Remain calm. He will. So you don't get a regime like this by doing what they want you to do. Talking. They want to hear the strategy you're going to be talking about so that way they can better prepare. But now that he's silent, they're confused. They're second-guessing themselves. It's a good strategy. So I just want to urge my people, be calm. All these bastards who are disguising themselves as agents, feeding on the people's desperation, we are going to come for you and we will make sure that you don't deceive people anymore. We're going to come for each and every one of you because this is not the way our country should be. And to all the incompetent ministers in power, your time is up. To Paul Biya, your time is up. It's time for you to do the right thing and step down with all your cabinet, because we don't need any of them, because they do not know what leadership is all about and they don't know how to rule a nation. Thank you very much. See you in the next video. Thank you for every single thing you do, for subscribing, for liking our videos, and sharing with your loved ones. I appreciate you guys. See you in the next video. Au revoir. Bye-bye.